Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Tonight's topic is going to be what you left behind. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So what you left behind? Let's be real. In life, you leave many things behind. Example, you're in school. You're in first grade. You graduate. You move on to second grade. You left first grade behind. Your clothes that you wore when you were younger, or perhaps even now, maybe they get worn out. What do? You donate them to someone who could use them, but you left them behind. Perhaps you relocated a state, a city, a country. What did? You left that location behind. Now, let's fast forward to the narcissistic relationship. When you were in it, it was toxic. It was one of the most draining, challenging, mysterious relationships you were ever part of. How could these people even exist? But yet they do, and here you are. Point is when the relationship ends, you leave a lot of things behind, an awful lot of things behind. And I'll jump into that right now. What did you leave? You left walking around on eggshells. That's now behind. You left anxiety. My hope is that's now left behind. You left waiting for an individual to reply to a text or to return a phone call. That's left behind. You left so many things behind in the past that were encumbering you, that were cumbersome, that were draining you, that were taking away from your energy, that were stealing your energy. That's what a narcissistic relationship is in a nutshell. And when you exit it, you leave so many things behind. Now, if you have ended your relationship recently, and maybe you're a new person on the channel, God bless you, welcome to the community. If you're a veteran, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and please drop comments below with some of the things that you have left behind. The point there is that the further you get away from the toxicity of the narcissistic relationship, the further you leave it behind you, the stronger you get. Play that again, it's a fact. Because your energy returns in time, in your time, when you heal, when you learn, and when you become awakened and aware. And you understand that that relationship, the narcissistic relationship, was unlike anything you were prepared for. You didn't learn narcissism in school. You had to learn it firsthand, on the job training, in other words. You were thrown into the mix of narcissism. You didn't know what you were experiencing. That's why so many times when you were in the relationship, your head was spinning, because most likely you were in the narcissistic fog. You were not sure what was left or right, up or down, in or out, because everything was bizarro world. None of it made sense to you. The reactions, the responses, the gaslighting, the stonewalling, given the silent treatment, the smear campaign, triangulation, the trauma bond, all of these things that I mentioned on the channel. You didn't know what was going on. You just knew that your energy was being drained. Your bank account was being emptied. You were losing sleep. You had sleepless nights. Your circle of friends was now dissipating. Perhaps you lost family members, relationships with them. Perhaps you had to change jobs. Perhaps you had to do things you never thought you would do. In other words, you could not have boundaries. You couldn't say no. You were being a zombie to the narcissist. You became an extension of them. Now, that seems very harsh and perhaps graphic. It's not meant to be. It's meant to tell you the God's honest truth, which is the narcissistic relationship. It is something that unless you've experienced it firsthand, you can't understand or speak the language that we speak, because you've experienced and seen things that so many other people would find unbelievable. That perhaps, that perhaps another individual who has not experienced narcissistic abuse would say, well, that's something from a movie. No, that's something from real life. And there are many more where that came from. Having said that, when the relationship is over and you have had to put yourself back together piece by piece, minute by minute, day by day, month by month, and you found out exactly who your friends really were, and you discovered quickly that many of them disappeared because of the smear campaign, or because they wanted nothing to do with the toxicity of the relationship, or they believed the false narrative of the narcissist. And maybe by now they've wakened up and understood that it was nothing but a smear campaign, that this individual, who turned out to be a narcissist, was just painting a bad picture of you. But I digress. I want to stay on target here, which is what you left behind. You left behind all of that, all of the negativity, all of the sleepless nights, all of the wondering, all of the taking notes about the individual that you were with. That's another huge one. Think about this. If you're in a stable / healthy relationship with an individual, do you have to search up their poor behavior on the internet? Do you have to use Google or YouTube to discover what kind of person this is? No, you don't. Why? Because if you're in a healthier relationship, it's a reciprocal relationship, which benefits both parties, which means people can be accountable. They can apologize when they make mistakes. They can learn from their mistakes. They can be honest. They can be authentic. That is not the basis for a narcissistic relationship. The narcissistic relationship is nothing but a house of cards. It's built on mistrust, deceit, lies, manipulation, and destruction. It's exactly what it is. And the whole time you're in that relationship, it is just remarkable, some of the behaviors you've seen, but you've left that behind now. Now, why I'm saying this so many times in the video is because if you really take stock and take pause and think about the relationship that you have exited, you are about to exit, or you did a long time ago, or you're considering it, think about it for a minute. Where is your energy best placed? Is it best placed back within yourself and building yourself up and becoming the best version of yourself? Or is it sitting around wondering what the narcissist is doing and having the narcissist constantly keeping you around, walking on eggshells, keeping you in that narcissistic fog? Think about that. Leaving all the toxicity of any unhealthy relationship in the past is the way to go. It's the path. Now, it does take time. It takes a lot of work. It takes patience. It takes resilience. It takes courage and strength, of which all these things, my hope is you have these. And if you understand, again, that leaving the narcissistic relationship in the past is very, very beneficial once you come through the fire and you see the light and you understand that this person never fell in love with you. They never wanted you to do well. What they wanted to do was to diminish you, to extinguish your bright light, to take from you, and then to literally not care about you and act as if they didn't know you if you were discarded, or even if the relationship ended on your own terms. But leaving things behind, it's part of the life's process. It's part of the path. It's part of what you must do. You must always be evolving because you can't stay stagnant. Your life is dynamic, just like everyone's life on the planet is. It's always changing, always evolving. And did you want to enter the narcissistic relationship? Of course not. If the narcissist had walked up to you and given you a 2-page report about what they're about to do to you, would you have accepted the relationship? No way would you have done it. It's not worth it. However, you were in it, and now you're on my channel. And again, thank you very much for being here. You're getting the wisdom. You're getting the expertise. You're getting the insight. You're getting the confidence, and you're leaving things behind. That's what you're doing. You're understanding and coming to terms, perhaps practicing radical acceptance, that in fact this relationship was not what you thought it was, and that there are so many better days ahead of you once you block the narcissist, go no contact, delete them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with the narcissist in your time. When you do that, you will see that things will clear up for you. The abundance will rise out of you. All the possibilities will open up. All new doors will open up for you. It's true. It's a fact. That's why when the narcissist saw you, they saw what you possessed. And many times they saw in you what you couldn't even see within yourself. But one more time, as I mentioned, when you leave the narcissistic relationship in any capacity, you leave things behind. There are so many things that you have to leave behind, so many things that you need to leave behind. Keep this in mind also. I am a very strong proponent of giving yourself closure, because you won't get closure from the narcissist. The narcissist wants you staying in that narcissistic fog. They want your head spinning. They want you pining for them. They want you in a hopelessness state. Your closure will come from yourself. And when you give that to yourself on the healing path, and you invest in yourself by journaling, by seeing a therapist, by watching videos, by understanding what a healthy relationship is, then you leave the narcissistic relationship in the past. And there are so many things that you have to leave behind. There are relationships that you had built up that you have to leave behind. There are so many things, but this is your destiny. It's your calling. It's what you must do. If not now, when? So take this video as the message to let you know that if you're still clinging on, thinking that the narcissist will change, they won't. If you're still thinking that the narcissist loved you, they don't. If you're still thinking that the narcissist, there's a little bit of goodness in them, that they really want your best interest at heart, They don't. They never have, and they never will. So really get the message. The things you left behind, there are so many of them, and some of them are difficult to leave behind. Like maybe there were some great relationships you had built up, and those people were casualties of the relationship. I know what that's like. It's not fun, but that's part of life. The other things, the toxicity, the negativity, the door slamming, the screaming, the rage fits, the blame shift, the gaslighting, all of these things, they are left behind, thank goodness. And that's when you begin to live your best life. So, guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it. From the beautiful Carolinas, this is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening. Stay true. Stay strong. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand that you will leave things behind. You have to. We all do. And the narcissistic relationship is certainly one thing that you must do in time, in your time, when you've healed properly. And remember this, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Enjoy yourselves, guys. I love you. Bye.